Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game, Season 2, Episode 33. We are just count that, 2 shows away from Super NXT, the 90-minute edition of NXT Television, which will be followed by the fabulous Freebirds Classic, which will be quickly followed by NXT Takeover 100, my 100th episode in this NXT save. We've ran the pre-show matches tonight, so let's get straight into the action. The NWO arrives via an all-gold limo. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Kevin Owens, Charlotte, Big Cass, and Carmella are riding in style. The camera rolls now, and Renee Young and Corey Graves are welcoming the NXT fans to the show tonight. It's going to be a big night here on NXT, with Kevin Owens taking on HIDEO ITAMI in the main event. And about that featured great action and average heat, Bo Dallas defeats La Sombra in 8 minutes with the Bo Dog. Bo Dallas and La Sombra have great chemistry. That's fantastic, which hopefully means Bo Dallas and Mr. NXT, when they meet at NXT TakeOver 100, will have fantastic chemistry. I am not sure. I sure hope so. I hope that match is going to be great. Not sure if I'm going to turn Bo or Mr. NXT before then. As of right now, it's heel versus heel, so that should be interesting. Can I insert someone else? Maybe a Sami Zayn? He's hurt, guys. I don't know. You'll have to watch to find out. But so either ready? Not bad. Bo smirks after having just beat La Sombra, as Mr. NXT did last week, and more impressive fashion. So the Bo Dallas and Mr. NXT, as you can see here, storyline has continued with this segment. The scene now comes on with Big Cass and Carmella repping the NWO Gold. Big Cass. So it seems that Enzo Amore wasn't able to compete last week. That's a shame. Big Cass referencing the beatdown he gave him in the backstage area. A shame because everyone wanted to see that no good piece of shit get what was coming to him. Carmella smirks. For months, that piece has been talking his talk. For years, and quite frankly, I'm done. At NXT Takeover 100, blood will reign, and Big Cass will show everyone who's soft. Carmella, how you doing? The scene fades with Big Cass and Carmella looking focused on their first blood match, the most violent match in the history of NXT, coming up. NXT Takeover 100. Look at this. I just noticed we're almost into 2017. Sweet. And about that featured great action and average heat, Kalisto defeats Jay Lethal and Baron Corbin when Kalisto defeats Jay Lethal by pinfall with a fast roll-up. During the match, we have Baron Corbin turn heel on Jay Lethal and Kalisto. So we're going to complete the turn. It said one segment, which I'm not sure how I accidentally got it changed, because Baron Corbin had been built up about 30 segments. I must have accidentally done that. But either way, Baron Corbin, you are turned. Complete success. Fantastic. Mr. Corbin's on the heel side, and we definitely need more people on the heel side. Replays are now showing what just happened. Baron Corbin turning heel after the match. So Baron Corbin is a bad guy now, folks. Sasha Bnaks is shown walking down the backstage hallway on the ramp on the way to the ring. And the match has some good action and average heat. Carmella defeats Sasha Bnaks in 8 minutes with a pinfall, thanks to Charlotte interfering. That was not in the road note. Okay, well, oops. Next week on NXT, we are going to see Becky Lynch and Candice LeRae take on Dana Brooke and Emma. Remember, we're just 1 week away from Super NXT, which will be the 90-minute edition. And also on next week, just for the hell of it, guys. We aren't sure how, we aren't sure why, but it's been confirmed and it's happening. Stephanie McMahon is going to go one-on-one with NWO Gold Charlotte next week live on NXT. If you recall, her husband Triple H was taken out by Charlotte's beau, not really her beau, but her beau, Kevin Owens. Stephanie actually only has 8 days left on her loan, so we're going to go ahead and put Stephanie in that match to get her the most use out of her last show. So Stephanie Charlotte next week on Super NXT. Probably the main event, I'm not sure. I book out extremely far in advance, folks. As of recording, I have 11 shows that I have yet to post. However, we are going to go Stephanie and Charlotte in the main event. That is a tweak there. All right, William Regal now pops on camera. A few things to address as Super NXT is just 2 weeks away, he says. Firstly, given the pinfall over the current NXT champions last week on NXT, the Kingdom, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven will be going one-on-one against American Alpha at Super NXT for the NXT Tag Team Championships. The fans boo. William Regal, in addition to Bayley versus Charlotte, the number one contenders match is who takes on Sasha Bnaks at NXT TakeOver 100. We're going to see Bo Dallas and Mr. NXT, who will be opponents at NXT TakeOver 100 for the NXT Heavyweight Championship, team up to take on the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara. The fans cheer at that because who doesn't love the Lucha Dragons? And lastly, as they've now confirmed, the invitation to Shinsuke Nakamura is out there by the Balor Club. Doc Gallows has called him out, and we'll have to wait and see what becomes of it. No promises, but if I know Shinsuke like I do, well, tune in for Super NXT. He smiles and we fade out. So we have some big stuff going on for Super NXT, guys. Big stuff in that 90-minute edition. And in the main event, fantastic rating. And about that featured great action and average heat. Kevin Owens defeated HIDEO ITAMI in 18 minutes by pinfall with a package piledriver. What an absolute match. Kevin Owens gets the victory this week over HIDEO ITAMI. Kevin Owens riding hot and heavy into NXT Takeover Super NXT. And as of last week, Stephanie McMahon said at Takeover 100, it's time to play the game. So what does that mean for Kevin Owens? Possibly Triple H coming back for the first time in 30, almost 40 shows. So we'll have to see. But this was NXT The Game, Season 2, Episode 33. And thanks for watching, everyone.